for me, music that spoke to me like that was always what helped me, you know? So to be able to do that in return for my fans and or people that listen to my music for the first time or stuff like that, it's like, I know what music's done for me and I want to be able to do that for other people.
Gomeroi artist Kobie Dee has recently released his highly anticipated EP called Chapter 26, a trailblazing body of work that showcases Kobie's innate gift for storytelling and ability to highlight today's most pressing topics. Kobie is currently on a tour that will stop in at Muloobinba, Newcastle as part of New Annual's free Friday Night Sounds event at Honeysuckle Marina on the 27th of September. Here's our chat with Kobie Dee. Can you tell us about some of the inspirations behind Chapter 26?
Yeah, so for me, every song I write is always like if you listen to each of those tracks, they're very topic based, they're very much, about a certain thing. And for me it's always like those songs come from being in a place at that time in my life, if that's what was going on for me at the time, that's what the stuff that I'm writing about is stuff that's on my mind at that time, So it's really for me, it's these are different parts of my journey that I'm just putting down, bits of my journey that I'm recording when I feel it's most important to speak on these things. And that's pretty much the inspiration for each of the tracks. The whole project was just I wanted to be very values based, and for me, like I find it hard to just like kind of force myself to just write just for the sake of just writing. But a lot of these they come from places of just being inspired and then going in and writing those tracks. So yeah, I think the inspiration was definitely just whatever I was feeling for at these different parts of my journey.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And it's all very like uncensored and very real. How does it
Mm.
feel for you to, be able to put something out that is so authentic and truthful?
Um, I've always been quite vulnerable with my music and but yeah, there's also of like the releasing it and then like not knowing, I guess, the response or not knowing. I don't know. There's always just that feeling of I'm always so vulnerable with it, but then I'm like, all right, now it's out. Like, I gotta speak on stuff and but I've always stayed like that because I think for me, music that spoke to me like that was always what helped me, So if to be able to do that in return for my fans and or people that listen to my music for the first time or stuff like that, it's like I know what music's done for me and I want to be able to do that for other people. So yeah, that's why I love to just be as honest and real as I can.
Yeah. And what's the response been like so far?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been heaps good, especially like doing these shows. I did the first, not my first headline. I did Northern Territory tour, um, which was sick. Like that was mad. But then I did Melbourne on Saturday, and that was like kind of my first, like the first big headline show, and it was pretty crazy to see how much the crowd already knew so many of the words for the new songs,
Yes.
and they were singing along with me and stuff. So that was just like, yeah, that was a really good feeling. Um, and then yeah, on top of that, the messages that I've been getting for the EP and a lot of people that have listened to it from start to finish and like see it as a body of work. Because I feel like nowadays it's like not many people are listening to full projects anymore. Like people just kind of find their favorite songs on it and then that's it, or like
Mm.
the favorite songs that they've heard. Or but for me, like this project, because that's what I do. When someone puts out an album, I listen from start to finish, and I really wanted people to do that with this project, and it feels like a lot of people have, because there's a story from start to finish, and each song ties into the next one, um, and it's different parts of my journey. So I really feel I really appreciate that people have actually, done that, and yeah, the response has been exactly how I wanted it to be. Like, people are taking a lot away from these tracks, and that's what I wanted.
You had some awesome collaborators on Chapter 26, including Zia Jade, Miss Kanina, Stan Walker, and Odyssey. How did you link up with these people, and what was it like working with them?
Well, I'll start with Miss Kanina.
Mm.
She was someone that like when I first watched her perform, I've done a few shows with her, and she's crazy. Like her vocals are crazy. Like everything is just like I was so blown away by her live performance. And then going back and listening to her music, and then just kind of building a relationship with her over time, and knowing like, yeah, we've definitely got to, like, we've said it to each other so many times, we've definitely got to get a track together. And when I was in London, I was working with a producer named Turkish, and we worked on that track Lifetime, and I knew I wanted someone on the hook. I knew I didn't want to do it myself on the hook, and I thought Miss Kanina, like, it's different for her, but I know, like, from hearing her sing and hearing her vocals, I knew that she would kill it.
Mm.
So we reached out, and she just straight away come back with a demo, and it was like, yeah, it was mad. And when I flew back to Sydney, we jumped in the studio together. She flew up to Sydney, and we worked in the studio, and even that was just like, man, we started working on a different track as well, and the yeah, it was mad to go in there and work with her for that one. Zia Jade, she come into the studio like I think it was like the same week, and she laid down the vocals for Ride for me. And Zia Jade, she's someone that I've known for a few years as well. And Odyssey, hey, I jumped on his tour when he come over. I jumped on the Sydney show, and um, before he had come over to Sydney, I sent him the track for Time, and yeah, he said he loved it, and he got a verse back pretty quick, and yeah, that's how that one come together. And yeah, for we Stan, it was, I had Father's Eyes. I wrote the yeah, I had the first and the second verse down, and I remember I wanted like obviously another father to be on the track. I wanted another um indigenous father, and I remember just bringing it up to JT, who produced the track, who produced the EP. Um, I remember saying to him like, "Oh, we should get Stan Walker. We should reach out, see if Stan Walker would jump on." It's like, yeah, we could reach out, and yeah, sent that email, and he got back to us, and he loved the track, and we jumped on a phone call, and I flew over to New Zealand, and we were in the studio in Auckland, and that experience in itself was mad. And then he flew over for the video clip over here in Sydney, like right here in my area.
Yeah.
Um, and it just all like that experience of collaborating with someone like Stan was massive as well. Like, and especially like for what the song's about too, like especially on the day, like we had the Māori dancers, and then we had um like my dance group that I dance with as well. And like we had two of the dancers, we had a hangi, we had like all different kind of traditional foods from both sides, and everyone, like the whole day just felt like it was just a cultural day, and then there was just like cameras around, like, it didn't feel like a music video.
Mm.
It was just so different. Everything flowed, and everything, it just felt like such a special day. So yeah, that collaboration was massive. So yeah, everyone that I've been able to collaborate with on this EP, there's been such a good experience in each of those collaborations.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're coming to Newcastle on the 27th of September. You'll be playing Honeysuckle Marina. How are you feeling about that show?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Yeah, I can't wait to get up to Newcastle. I love Newcastle. Been in Newcastle a few times. Um, Special moment. I got my partner's ring when we got engaged. I got my partner's ring from Newcastle. So
No way.
yeah. There's a little connection up in Newcastle. My auntie used to live in Newcastle when I was younger. So yeah, no, I can't wait to come up.
Beautiful. Amazing. Well,
Yeah.
look, it's been such an honour to chat with you. Thank you so much for spending some time. Congratulations again on Chapter 26, and can't wait to see you in Newey.
Thank you. Thank you.